Hello everyone, Scorm's Ghost here. We are back on Divinity Original Sin. We're picking up exactly where we left off, where we left the dungeon, and we are by some waterfall. So let's check out what's around us.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single orc in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Cyseal.
I think I'll just go ahead and tell them that we're here on Source Hunter's business. Here are our orders.
So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a two-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
Charm, intimidate, reason. This is a cooperative dialogue. It allows you to roleplay a discussion between the two main characters. I don't need an escort. I'm gonna go with the second one.
I don't need an escort, especially not a drunken one. Back off or face me.
I'm gonna go with the first one because they kind of have opposite reasonings.
Are you mad? You'd kill legionnaires? Let's just go to the wizard peacefully.
These two almost mistook us for orcs and would have attacked us for no reason. We must rid the city from menaces such as these.
I'm gonna go with the third one because the city might be angry.
No, killing these men may anger the entire city.
Okay, Trovion won the argument.
Very well, have it your way.
Captain, come along. We're not far from the city.
And a shout out to your fellow YouTuber, King Rat 543, who told me that using Alt lets me see items on the ground and stuff around me so that I don't miss anything. So thank you, King Rat. I hope you enjoy this playthrough.
Quit encouraging your sister by now that you're ready to face an army. Lovely day for a swig and a song, isn't it?
Ask him who he is.
We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Riverlon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
So you are liberated, you say?
Aye, a noble word for watchdog, that. For that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay, Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
Seems you've been enjoying a drink or two.
Ever cat the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon, buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah! What do you want to know?
About Counselor Jake.
So, it's Jake you're looking for. Ship sailed on that one, I'm afraid. Fellow's dead. Murdered.
What can you tell me about Jake's murder?
Can't tell you much more, except that I heard he was found face down in a puddle of blood, being used as a water fountain by his own pet mongrel.
Oh, that's horrible.
They say 'twas his wife that did it, and I'd bet a bottle of brandy they're right. A devilish flirt, that one.
As if that proves anything. Just keep your trap shut, will you, babies?
Can you tell me more about the orcs offshore?
Just cut the cackle, will you, babies? Now then, stranger, if it's the city of Cyseal
Whoops,
you're
I think
looking
I
for,
accidentally
you're
pressed the
heading
wrong
in the
one.
right direction. Even though most folks are trying to escape rather than reach the damn place these days. Not that I could blame them. This place is cursed, I tell you. First the dead rise from their graves, and then entire tribes of orcs sound the trumpets of war. You take to the rifle, less. Bunch of barbaric bastards, a lot of them. They'll kill your spouse and eat your children. We've been putting up a fight against them, to be sure, but they have the strength of an ox in every single one of their fingers. Takes an army to dress down a dozen.
Well, we did bring a legion.
Just bite your lip, will you, babies?
Alright, fellas, I'll take my leave. Enjoy your drinks.
Fare thee well.
Alright, I just came across a book. Let's check it out. Crafting and Cooking with Maradino. A hefty tome about crafting and cooking. Its author seems something of an expert in both. Alright. Alright, I guess they're gonna be following me to the city, but first, before we do that, let's just take a look around over here.
Mess with us, will you?
Just they won't follow me. Ooh, a shell.
This is a single malt, imported all the way from Hawkesbury.
Single malt.
The graphics are pretty nice, and I like that the terrain like goes transparent when you walk right behind it, so you can see what's around on the ground. Unlike in Pillars of Eternity, where you just see the outline of the characters, you can't really see what's behind a wall or something.
Better to be dead drunk than play dead, what you? What the hell is happening down there? Orcs? Bloody orcs? Come, let's go back to the bridge. Let the source hunters handle that big roots.
Alright, so it looks like we got some new weapons. I'll just quickly take a look while they are fighting. I have a crossbow here. And a bow. I'll give that to Arina. And I'll take a look at what she has. I'll have her equip this right here. I'm gonna stick with the crossbow since that's what he is trained in.
Kill the unbelievers!
Once my arrow tastes blood, it craves more.
I need another chance!
Oh no, is my spider down?
You need to strive harder against me. Did you see
Alright,
that?
with these new friends,
Those
they
orcs
really
had
help.
a human commander.
Who was that joker leading those
very
orcs?
curious.
Damn trick.
How very
Where are
disquieting.
Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
You've just gained a level. Press L to access your character sheet in order to enhance your stats and abilities. Okay. So I finally figured out. So I have one available skill. Strength determines your offense rating with strength-based weapons, including man-at-arms. Dexterity. I'm gonna raise my dexterity, make myself better at bows. With her, I'm gonna make her more speed to help her, since she's more tank based than Trovion would be.
Vengeance will be ours.
Oh wow, when pressing on a corpse it looks like bones and flesh. That's eerie. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything around here.
Hail, Source Hunter. Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you.
What happened
It's
here?
these orcs. Now that they have bees in their bonnets about God only knows, we need every hand we can get. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here.
A fireball? How are the sailors making out?
It's hard to say. That ship needs attention, and fast, or she's as good as sunk. Got any special source hunter tricks to make a blue sky turn to rain clouds?
I might. Why was there a human fighting alongside those orcs?
Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Cyseal?
Can you tell me about yourself?
Oh, I'm not so different from any other soldier you'll meet round these parts. We've all lost more comrades here in Cyseal than most do in an entire military career.
Let's go take a look at the ship. Alright, I guess I can't board the ship, but we'll continue on over the bridge. Huh, the cat who greeted us.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. But I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Cyseal. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city.
What? I was summoned here by a cat?
So you were, and so you weren't. Behold! There we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder.
Yes, please tell me more about the murder.
It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead.
Where can I find the scene of the crime?
Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Cyseal proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek.
A councillor has been murdered, so I assume there are some suspects?
So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow.
Alright, there's something else I'd like to discuss.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sake.
It may interest you to know that the orcs we took care of were led by a human.
A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand.
What exactly is the trouble you're having with the undead?
Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane.
From what I've seen and heard, this isn't the first time you've had problem with marauding orcs.
Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools.
Do tell me a bit more about this cat trick of yours.
Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness. You couldn't possibly imagine the thrill.
Well, when you put it like that.
But of course, it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. This I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of two worlds.
That sounds interesting. Thank you for your information. I'll take my leave.
I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Cyseal. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
That's a pretty good exit.
Sorcery, sects, undead, orcs. Oh, looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Ahu
Bringing
mentioned?
your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Nonsense. Listen.
What fool would trust a secret rum cooking into the back-page circular from people's doors?
Alright, smoke screen arrow. Target terrain to create a smoke screen deals no damage. An oculating arrow was made from a recipe stolen from the Chronicles of Cal Valley, an elusive troop of burglars. That may prove to be useful.
We need more help or she's lost.
It looks like things highlighted but with red, maybe items considered stolen, so I won't touch those. New information was added to your log. Press L to access it.
Steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
We met Rahu, wizard capable of turning himself into a cat, or is it vice versa? He told us to meet with Captain Aureus, the ranking officer of Cyseal, in the Legion's headquarters. We wanted... yeah, okay. So that's for...
Slimy, reeking, rotting seagulls.
Okay, so it's basically a timeline of everything that I did. That's pretty cool. So let's see where the Legion's headquarters is. Crime scene.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
So it looks like Captain's over here. Okay. You go over that direction.
Slimy, reeking, rotting.
Press M to open your map. Important characters will mark destinations on your map. Yep, that's exactly what I figured out, but thank you, tutorial.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear!
Are you in the habit of stealing?
I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal.
Why don't you tell me about why you're in this situation?
Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Cyseal began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know.
This is going to be interesting.
So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
That merchant had to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Just to get them in an argument and talking, I'm gonna have her choose the second option.
I'm sure this one little fish won't starve the merchant. He should take the fish.
I think I'm gonna go with number 2.
I never would have expected the finest source hunter in the land to encourage thievery. Your judgment is the gold standard, you know.
Neither I nor my fists would take kindly to someone who'd watch a man starve over a principle.
No, we'll do as I say.
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another rumbling belly. Borrow's never fed a hungry man, you know.
That is true, but that merchant needed money. Who knows if they're really hungry too or not.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen. Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you. Greetings! These stores are for our Legion troops. Riverland's finest work up mighty
You don't
fine
think it's
appetite
infected, do you?
7. Come on! Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been long. I'll be the center of the light.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll
Beyond
have the
these
pleasure
walls,
of putting her
the
down
dead
yourself.
free hunter.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you've half agreed behind that feral wall, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude. Sorry,
Hey,
sir.
come. I think that was an insult.
Oh, I love how the lighting changes on the inside. That's pretty cool. Alright, and here we are. We're gonna go meet the captain.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Cyseal, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear?
You can barter with almost all characters. Use the trade icon in the dialogue pane to start bartering. I understand. Can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Cyseal. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into drivelling hordes of their own misshapen number.
That sounds horrible. I'm here to talk about Jake's murder.
Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
In addition to that, in regard to Jake's wife, Esmeralda.
Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
I understand. I'd like to ask some additional questions.
If you must.
So your main problem is the undead.
Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all.
How are you enjoying Cyseal?
How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Cyseal stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Cyseal.
Alright. Tell me about the Legion.
We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could... Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat.
Whoops.
Licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
What, in your opinion, are the orcs doing on the beach?
I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
Alright, thank you, Captain. I'll take my leave. Alright, guys, and with that, we got some information from the captain, who seemed very kind and very eager for us to help. Until next time, thank you for joining me.